Let me see. Good to hear. Let's hope your execution matches your enthusiasm. I got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk. We talk Star Citizen and members of the community. Today is September 8th, 2022. It still is, at least in North and South America. And today I'm joined by my co-host, Younique. How are you doing today and this week?
I'm doing great. The week was started off pretty good, but today is sad as the Queen of England has died. So
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm very sad about that. I did a lot of interaction.
Yeah, the longest reign, 60 years.
70.
70, oh yeah, 70,
70,
that's right.
Yeah. So sad to hear that, but also, as the Brits say, long live the king.
Right. But on to happy news, how the week been as far as gaming and Star Citizen been going?
Yeah, I don't really been playing a lot of Star Citizen, waiting on the new patch to come out so I can get into 3.18. I've been doing a lot of SnowRunner and a lot of iPad games lately. So working on some development stuff, so I can't do long stints like that. So I'm sort of waiting on 18 to come out so I can hook up with my son-in-law and play longer missions together.
Have you spent much time in 3.17 too?
A little bit on the PTU, just checking out the character creation stuff, working on my character look a little bit more in the PU, and I got to learn to fly again. So we tore down the machines and moved things around, painting the house and doing floors and stuff. So I got to get my machine rebuilt so that we can actually use it for gaming. On the higher end kind of stuff like Star Citizen.
Cool. And I don't know if you have the stream up, but I have something I think amusing up right now. But yeah, no one expected me Armageddon. DJ Swagler and fastcart. So the latter part of that is for Kai or Black Sky Legion. The first part of that is for me because I just find it hilarious. So yeah. That was from last week. Soul Citizen talking about creatures that go bump in the night and might scare us, and I think that creature is terrifying. But maybe that's just me. So I'm gonna do my thing. You say you're not familiar with the format of Soul Talk, but normally every week I do a thing. So I'm gonna try to get to it, and you're gonna try to guess where it's from. It's from a popular media, and what's going on this week? People may recognize it. So
yeah, I'm usually embedded by this time because of work, but I'm in between jobs right now. So
yeah, thank you for being on too.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, so here we go. Vegas is not a place; it's people. and the people need your help. Again, Vegas is not a place, it's a people. This is never about stopping the Vandular invasion. Go to the vault. The heart of the kingship is the only way. I messed that up a little bit, but yeah, the first two lines should give people a guess. Do you have any guesses as to where that's from?
Star map describing Pyro or something.
No, normally it's like a movie or TV show. Yeah, it's from a movie.
Really?
I'll give you that much.
Oh.
No.
Oh, wait. But you mentioned the van. But you mentioned the Vandular.
I did. Everything I take from popular media, I start citizenizing.
Oh, okay. You're tweaking it to.
Yeah. So
no
Vegas is not the real word. Vandular is not the real word.
Oh, I have no idea then.
Diamond Pig said episode 9. That's not episode. Wait, yeah, 9. That's not it, man. So I'm gonna drag people down to see if they have a guess. And we're joined today by Amma Kusanagi, Face-to-Face, GoMap, Pottenface. How are you all doing?
Cool. One of them will make it.
Good. Does anyone have a guess as to where it's from? This might be the first week I stump people.
Maverick, I don't know.
You don't know.
It is the 1981 Battlestar Galactica Christmas special.
You would have been even more funny if you said
You were
Star
so
Wars
close.
special. No, because Thor Love and Thunder came out today on Disney Plus. That is from Thor Ragnarok. It's Vegas is not a. I'm sorry. Asgard is not a place. It's people. This was Thor's speech at the end.
Mm.
Okay,
You referencing a movie that came out today?
No, it's Thor Ragnarok. The line is from Thor Ragnarok. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to it. First up, we have there was no SCL this week because Disco was feeling he looked like he was feeling fine, but his voice was gone. So I'm not gonna play the actual audio from the video. But yeah, he said he sounded like Xylo's grandmother, and he pretty much did. So I hope you're feeling well, Jared. I hope you get better soon. It's just don't.
I kind of think this is from last week. I don't think it's from today.
No, this is from last week. I said that's why there's no SCO. SCO from last week. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
There's no SCO tonight from last week. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry about that.
Avocado. There you go.
Oh, did we get a raid? Oh, sir. Hold on. I gotta scroll up to see who raided us. Sir, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. I don't know
Welcome.
If anyone is unfamiliar with Soul Talk, we talk about what's going on in Star Citizen this week. We normally cover like SCO, but as I just said, there's no SCO from last week. But we'll get the ISC in a bit, but we have other stuff for that. So again, hope you get better soon. Yeah. And after that, we have the sneak peek. Oh, I forgot to put the closed caption in, but I'll get the title in a moment. So the closed caption is "Start up the engine." Up. Yeah, I even got the wrong image.
I have a different one. So I think I have the right one. Let me just put this in here. So.
It was there for a second.
Hold on. Yeah, it was the other one.
Riff.
Go up. There we go. Yeah,
right?
this is start up the engine. Okay, so people can see it in Discord. Now people can see it on the stream. What ship is that? It said.
That's
anyone recognize that ship?
None of its sneak preview is probably new ship.
Yeah, it's definitely Argo.
Argo? Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
with a
logo
flash
right there.
You see a logo?
In the
It's like a
middle.
style. Is it?
But look at the
Oh,
rivets on the left-hand side. Those look like misc, like almost like the side of a misc ship.
Yeah, look at the cockpit design. Look at the
Yeah,
glass.
Yeah, that
the
looks like an
cockpit.
Argo. That looks like it could be like the
that
Vulcan
is
or
yeah.
SRV.
It's
Yeah, but the
distinct
color just throw
Argo
me
design
off.
language.
Yeah, the colors throw me off because when I think of Argo, I think orange.
well, that's the default color. I don't necessarily mean that that's
It could be
every
white
color.
box or something. Yeah.
No, it looks like this looks like it's concept art. And so it's probably, and even though there's a lot of ships that are Argo, I mean, like the mole, you can have different skins on it that make it not orange, right? So there's no hard and fast rule that an Argo ship has to be orange. I think we saw some different colors for the Vulture as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So what we're looking at here, this little circle thing, the red circle, if you zoom in on that with a little kind of like white text, it actually says hardpoint. So that's some type of turret. Maybe it's a tractor beam location. And I think maybe that this thing swivels, whatever this thing is on the bottom is. And that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that thing at the bottom kind of thrilled me. Like that looked like some kind of tractor beam or something. I'm not sure what that is. Or it could be.
It'd definitely be like a laser thing that goes up and down, sideways a little bit. Might be the mini reclaimer kind of ship.
Oh, Mori Yokiri says it could be the Drake Corsair because the Argo SRV doesn't have a hard point by the cockpit.
Yeah.
Mori Yokiri.
Yeah, it could be something that's not released yet. I mean, whatever's supposed to go there isn't on there. So
yep.
Whether it be a weapon or a tractor beam, or
that's to make a point,
or a big space spoon or something. I don't know.
Space spoon? That's a thing? I didn't know that.
Hey man, it's a video game. Anything can happen.
A fishing rod. You need a fishing rod.
A fishing.
Yeah.
What about those new fast cars? You just attach one and you just launch them off the off into space.
Yeah, they'll get nerfed.
Did you see the A2 with the nerf? Someone actually made, because of the A2 controversy, they actually took out the bombs out of the A2 and put those nerf bullets that are in the game.
I have not seen that, but I believe it.
I'll have to find it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's funny.
I think Morphologist lost a lot of respect for a lot of people when he did that. I think.
Yeah.
They thought, we thought you were knowledgeable and actually knew what you were talking about.
I mean, he does.
Everyone had a bad day.
When it comes to architecture, right?
Yes.
So, like, just because somebody knows a lot about one thing doesn't mean they know a lot about everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jade, welcome.
Hello.
So up next we have, this is, speaking of controversy, this is the, this is from this week, from Space Tomato 2 channel. You had Salty Mike, Dig That, John, and Grumpy Eye on. Did anyone watch this?
Yeah, I watched it.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And what'd you think?
They were well behaved.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
There were times when there was a lot of agreement, and there were times when they were like, "Really, you think that?" And then, but most of it was pretty, level-headed. And I know, like, yeah. So it was kind of funny because you had Grumpy Eye and Salty Mike kind of being the, the usually who would you think be like the cons, and like especially Jaroon and Dig That, who would be like the the pros of Star Citizen. So it was a good program.
And thank you, Kusanagi, for putting that in Twitch chat for everyone who wants. Make sure you watch after the show, not during. So yeah. Any other thoughts about this? Any points that were brought up that stuck out to people?
I would say it was just an overall good show. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, Dieter.
I would say it was overall a good show. I think the only thing that I took after that was somebody in that panel went after another person on that panel after the show was over and
Oh.
put out a video. And then they went off and it was something I never ever comment on anyone's content creator stream, but this one I actually had to, because I kind of felt like I needed to defend Dig, because somebody went after him for a video that Dig posted that had no mention of anyone at all, but this person decided that they needed to name Dig in their video and go after him, and I was like, that's not right.
Yeah, I remember
right.
the good old days of the community where there was less drama. Can we say make the community great again? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But was it ever really great? I'm being serious. Like when I joined, there was drama in 2016. So
yeah, I mean, well, in 2012 and between 2012 and 2014, probably less drama, because that was when people expected the game to come out. So back then, probably. I like that drama, but yeah, as time goes on, more and more stuff happens.
Yeah. How long does it take for somebody to make? So, anybody know how long it takes for Dig to make videos?
No, I don't.
No.
Depending on the type. Depending on the type.
It depends. I mean, we've talked about it. It takes them about maybe a week.
That's what I thought.
Depending upon content.
Depending on the content. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt too. It usually takes him about a week to do it, and this person said that it took him overnight. I'm like, I don't think it'd take Dig overnight to make a video. I think Dig takes a lot more time to make a video for Dig's, version. Maybe it was bad timing that he posted, but you know what? I don't think that it was a dig at anybody. I think it was just a general, overall comment, and they took it personally, and I didn't think that was right. So
hit dogs.
Talking with Dig, once you're on his radar, he's gonna go hard. So, yeah.
All right. So up next we have a question from Spectrum. CitizenCon 2952. You haven't gotten any information about it, and Sculpting CIG said we'll release more detailed information about CitizenCon later this week. And as far as I know, there still hasn't been, as far as like an hour or two ago, there hasn't been anything about CitizenCon. So maybe we'll have something tomorrow. So yeah, CitizenCon is less than about a month away. Yeah, about a month.
What's the live event talking about tomorrow? Do we know?
I think there's a Star Citizen live tomorrow. Yes, but
we don't know what.
I forget what the topic is. It'll be in this week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's the narrative team.
The narrative team, thank you. Yeah, so probably at the end of the episode, Jared may say something about CitizenCon.
Did he say there's going to be a special guest tomorrow? Is that tomorrow's show?
Is that tomorrow?
I think he mentioned it sometime last week.
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. All right. So yeah, so hopefully we'll get more information tomorrow. All right, so up next we have, the continuation of the Battle of the Bricks. Let me bring up my my thing here. So if you scroll, I'm going to scroll down a bit. So thank you all thank you all the Spaceman adventurers out there. We were able to raise more than $20,000. They were able to raise more than $20,000. They could not be more appreciative of everyone that came out, cheered us on, and donated. The fun isn't over yet, and more can be done. Consider this your official invitation to join the team and help champion the cause for the kid. Who knows, if we garner enough interest, maybe we'll make the equal fishy. Oh boy. So yeah, join the Battle of the Bricks team and help them raise money for children in need throughout the year. And down below they said that you can find more information about how to do that. So yeah, that is the Battle of the Bricks join the team link. And girlfriend, thank you for the subscription to my Kelly. Appreciate it. So up next we have, the ship showdown with Floor Bonner. This came out this week. The ship showdown, they introduced what the ship showdown is, and starting September 8th, your latest Floor Bonners grant you. What?
That's today.
Yeah, that's today. Yeah, thank you. And going to a consolidated Outland hover quad for free, and it comes with LTI. So yeah, if you know someone who's thinking about joining, give them your code. You'll get a hover quad for free. So yeah, with LTI. So and then they go on to like more of an FAQ, what is the program and everything. So yeah, September 8th today, get a free hover quad if you get add to a film on it. And that takes it.
Their votes in?
Say it again?
So did everybody get their vote in for Ship Showdown?
Oh yeah. That's coming up. That's coming up.
Yep.
But before we can talk about the vote real quick, Experience Star Citizen for free. There's a free flight going on. That started today also, I believe. So yeah, people seem to be joining in. Have people been in today and experiencing any new players coming in?
Nope.
No one noticing like there's more people in the server now. The new players, I mean.
I saw a lot of people asking questions, but I mean that happens normally, so I don't know if they were new players.
So yeah, try Star Citizen for free from September 8th to the 15th, so 1 week. The code gives you access to Star Citizen Alpha 3.17.2, and the ship featured above. You can experience starfighting action of Arena Commander and the 10th FPS action of Star Marine during the free fly event. So you get all those ships for free. We'll go over this in a bit. Oh, there you go. So the Redeemer, the Scorpius, 600 Explorer, Carrack, Mercury, Wrath, Titan, and the Pisces Expedition. So those are 8 ships that people get to fly for free, participate in a free fly. Kevin said stop the count. Yeah, I just want to point out, this isn't anything we really have to go over, but I just want to say the citizen increase number had been gradually increasing a lot, especially since the ship showdown. So if you see on the first, got 1,500 people, that's like almost twice as much as normal. That's been going on. And for some reason on the third, I forget which ship showdown that was, but it got like 3 times as normal. But today's the first day of the free fly, and it got 2,500. So people are joining. So if you see new people asking questions, make sure you help them out. And now on to the ship showdown, the fly for free. Talk about the Redeemer, the Scorpius, 600 Explorer, Carrack, Wrath. Oh, missed one. Oh, the Mercury Starrunner, Titan, and the Expedition. So the free fly begins now. So anyone who
and the Mighty Pisces, you left out the Mighty Pisces.
Oh, it's a Pisces at the end, I believe. I hope.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so anyone can fly any of those ships, not just people who are brand new to the thing. I thought I had it, but I guess I didn't. I thought I had the link for the ship showdown. So let me get that real quick.
That one right there?
No, I'm looking for the actual voting. I thought I had it.
I can go get it. Hold on.
I got it. Ship showdown 2952. Hope that's it. Yep, I got it. Give me a moment.
See?
Sorry about that, folks. Thought I had all the links. There we go. Alright, so today is the Redeemer versus the Scorpius, and I must be signed in, but I already voted. So, how have people been voting for these things? I can get the previous result for the other ship, but have people voted today so far? What did people vote for? Because it was neck and neck when I voted.
It's still neck and neck right now.
Yeah, it's still real close.
I had to vote against the hair flat iron ship. Sorry.
Yes, I was just about to say the same thing. No flat irons.
No flat iron.
I abstained from voting for this one because, like, all I could do was vote against my level of apathy for either one, and it just didn't. I couldn't find myself to like choose one of them. I was like, I'd just rather go fly a Pisces.
So
that's go mad. Republican or Democrat. Jesus.
No, you need to mind your business.
I'm voting Green Party. I'm gonna throw my shit away.
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
so- Go
I
ahead.
just don't like the Redeemer. I think it's a. I think the weapons on that thing are just like It's like some kid just threw a bunch of turrets on it and said, oh, I want to have fun. It's like, yeah, that's the only best way to describe it for me.
No,
So it's just everything's like you get these 5s in there, and it's like, what? And like, how the hell?
Are they
Like,
really
originally,
even
this
in
thing
the
was
same
envisioned with
class?
size 2s, and you went from size 2 to size 5s, and it's just like the turret in the bottom actually gets blocked by the other turret in the bottom, so it's kind of not. There's like one extra turret in the bottom. It makes no sense.
I don't know. So, all jokes aside, right? I like the Redeemer for what it is. It's a gunship. To me, it's a mini hammerhead, right? It's a hammerhead for if you don't have enough friends to fill a hammerhead or enough money to buy a hammerhead. And it has an interior, which is always a good for me for that size ship, and it's a fun ship to fly in. But the Scorpius is also really fun for what it is, right? Me personally, I wish it was a little bit bigger, maybe like more of a Vanguard size, and had an interior. If the Scorpius had an interior, that would have hands down, I would have voted for that. But that's not how they designed it. So, like again, they both kind of ended up mehing out across the board for each other.
I do like the
I feel
Redeemer's
these-
interior. It is nice.
Yeah, I don't think these ships are in the same class. I don't know why they're voting things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, you got a good point.
I agree with that. I was thinking
Yeah.
that
Like you
too.
brought it up, should have been more like a hammerhead or more.
Even
bigger
a
gunship.
hammerhead is not same class as the Redeemer. But
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Well, there's
Maybe
there's no other ship in the Redeemer's class. Maybe a Connie, but even then, that's a
Even
different.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think what is it? I want to say the Cutlass with the steel, maybe.
No, the Cutlass Steel would no. The Cutlass Steel cannot be voted against. It would just run away with this whole thing. It's the best ship in the
Yeah,
game.
that would be the new meme. That would have
maybe-
won.
Actually, the only ship that I would put into this class would be the M2.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because the
Not
Cutlass still is more like a Valkyrie. It's a drop ship, not a gunship.
Yeah.
The Cutlass Steel is the apex predator of Star Citizen, man. I'm
Right.
so sorry. It's this.
So I went ahead and
Untouchable.
logged in and refreshed the page. So it's like 300 point difference almost between the votes. So, and the Scorpius is ahead. I myself, I voted for Redeemer because Paul Shelley, the actor, he hates the Redeemer. That's my only reason. Other than that, yeah, I think the Redeemer is probably.
Now, why does Paul hate it?
What? Yep,
Why does Paul hate
go
it?
to his channel and ask him. He has various reasons. And
The
Griffin just posted.
boom slaying was better. It should have won.
What is
Griffin
this?
just
Is this right here?
posted an image. He said the Redeemer is not a flat iron, it's a nutcracker, and that's the he just posted an image of a nutcracker. He's not exactly wrong, but yeah, I mean it means different things to different people, Griffin. Not everyone can be right. That's the great thing about this game.
Griff, I'm just have to say this, man. I don't think there's many people in this channel that have probably ever seen one of those. Like we grew up with those,
Red
and I
Jack,
think
yeah, good point.
I think they have those nutcrackers have long since unless you been at your grandparents' house a lot around the holidays. I don't think many people have even seen a real nutcracker or the pick that comes with it.
Yeah, the
Or
pics.
like-
I never get that either. Pics are like.
Or people who think of nutcracker think of the play, and not the
Yeah.
actual instrument.
Yeah.
You must have to be an avid person who loves nuts.
Bruh. Everybody, every black family I went to growing up had a
No, I'm talking about
nutcracker
today. I'm
set.
talking about today, though.
Oh, today,
Somewhere
yeah,
in the Civil
today.
War.
Today, yeah.
No, I mean back in the day, yeah. Because back in the day when you had like when the Nutcracker came out, it was kind of like
Like
the
Thanksgiving.
thing. It was
Yeah.
the thing to have.
Yeah.
Hey, Griffin,
didn't have
you took over my job. I'm the one who normally derails the conversation, but look at you, good going. But back to these ship showdown stuff. So like, these are the results so far. So Redeemer beat the Gladius. I was kind of surprised about that. The Scorpions beat the Warden, and the 600i beat the Terrapin, and the Cleric beat the 400i. That one surprised me. I was expecting the 400i to win because the Cleric had won so many times previously. The Cutlass Black beat the the Mercury beat the Cutlass Black. I'm happy about that because I voted for the Mercury. The Wrath beat the Freelancer Mac. That would kind of surprise me because I think people will get more use out of the Mac rather than the Wrath. But I guess the Wrath doesn't have any skins. People wanted that for the skin. The Titan beat the Eclipse. I'm not surprised at all. I thought that was a bad matchup. People were telling me that they expected the Eclipse to win. I didn't think so. And finally, the Pisces beat the Mill, unfortunately. I was very disappointed with that. Go ahead, Jay.
With a commanding lead. It was like 10,000, 12,000 votes ahead.
It was a one away.
Yes.
It beat it like a mule. That's what it did.
That's right. So the note to the meme crowd, if you want to do memes, the bar has been raised. So, yeah.
Terrapin.
You can't see it on the screen right now, but the Pisces had 18,000 votes and the Mule only had like 7,000 votes. So yeah, that was a big one.
I was hoping for the Terrapin, but didn't win.
Yeah,
stupid 600. Yeah.
As long as the Carrick and the Pisces make it to the top 4, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Carrick and the Pisces. How did the Terrapin? Why you want the Carrick in the top 4 again?
Matching skins.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a big motivator. I think that was one of the big motivators for voting.
I think it's gonna be the Scorpius and the Pisces. I think that's what it's gonna be.
So in other words, you like to coordinate.
I want to coordinate.
Oh my goodness! So yeah, so people are expecting the character to be the 600i. I don't know about that. I think it's going to be close, but I'm hoping for the 600i. Like for me personally,
I think the 600i is going to win.
Why?
And I think it's going to win because there's a lot going for it, especially with rework coming up. It's being used a lot. There's a lot of new players that are getting into the game, and you're hearing more about the 600i, and the expense of the Carrick is going to hurt it because you can't afford it, whether or not you want it. Some people can't afford it, whether they want to buy it in cash or in game, but the 600i is attainable. That rework is basically going to make it a mini Carrick without it does not have the snub, but does it need it? It probably doesn't. Plus, it is the largest soloable ship in the game. I think it's not going to beat it, like it's it's not going to beat it down, but it's going to give the Carrick a real hard time, and I don't think the Carrick is going to pull through. That's just my honest opinion.
No, I think the Carrick's going to take it out because, I mean, if it had the rework done, because I think it's supposed to have a med bed in there, is it not?
Yes, it's going to be a med bed in the 600i.
So the 600i is going to have a med bed. If orgs or even groups playing, in Twitch or wherever were using the 600i, they'd probably be like, hey, this is a great, group ship, probably better than the Carrick. Then I would agree with you. But because it's just like right now in magical land up in our imaginations, I think they're just going to shoot for the Carrick.
I don't think so. Yeah. The reason I say that is because you got pilot controlled weapons on the 600i, which you have to have a crew on the Carrick in order to be able to use it defensively.
DK is bringing in facts and statistics.
No.
I believe it was GoMab that said, no, it wins because of skins.
No,
DK's up in the clouds.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing about the 600i and the Carrick. The 600i to me is one of my favorite ships. Right, love that ship. It's going to be my ship when it gets reworked. Right, that's what I'm going to fly. However, there is still somewhat of a stigma around the 600i in the community. Right, the Carrick, even though it's more expensive, it's like a tricked out Suburban. to a lot of folks, where the 600i suffers from the stigma of being like a BMW X5, right? While the tricked out Suburban is going to be more expensive than that X5, folks kind of look down their nose a little bit at the luxury nature of the 600i. So the Carrack is still more of an everyman's or woman's ship in the game, and that is a lot of people's aspirational ship. That's what they want, and it's in a more finished state, as far as features are concerned, than the 600i is right now. So we can't really bank on that rework until it comes in. Once the rework comes in, then I think it runs away with it. But until then, I think the Carrack still wins.
He's gonna take the whole damn thing, just like Montoya showed.
Oh my god! So
You're laughing now, but you didn't think it was gonna get past the mule fastcart, and I said it would get past handily, and it did.
I was hoping the mule would beat it. I was hoping, put it that way. I didn't know which way it would go. But Younique, so do you have a dog in this fight? What are you hoping for?
Well, I have all the ships, so I don't have any dog in the fight, as long as they work when I need them. So, the mule's a good ship. I think the Pisces is a good ship. But they have different purposes, so it depends on what you want to do.
So you don't have a preference either way?
Oh, for picking, I haven't really gone out in the mule yet. I need to. So just based on have I used it yet? Nah, if I've flown the Pisces, I like the way it flies. I like what it does. I think it's a pretty good design for a smaller ship, and it's good to accompany the Carrack quite well. So that's the only thing I got to compare it against. So would the mule pair up with the Carrack as well? I don't know.
Does a mule pair with a good Carrack? Well, very much so. You can fit two of them in there, actually.
Yeah, but can you fly to them at the same time?
No.
In Go Math world, you can, I guess.
The people that work for me can fly them.
Oh my god!
Okay. He always talks about that.
I do got a question that kind of arrives here with the Carrack and the mule, right? When cargo refactoring comes in, how do you load cargo into the Carrack?
I think
Very
those things
carefully.
are they're supposed to lower, aren't they? The cargo pods.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the Carrack just tractor beams all day.
Hand wavium.
They're all supposed to be. They're all supposed to be droppable. I think you can drop those cargo areas and leave them on a planet or a moon, and then go grab another one.
All right, so I think that's it for this week for the ship showdown. We'll continue this next week. See how our predictions pan out. See who wins and who loses. So up next we have the September. That was the one before that. Sorry, the August monthly report. Sorry about that. So you want to cover this one for me, please?
The whole thing?
No, the highlights of what you think. What caught your eye?
Oh, well, I like the new efforts they're putting into the AI to start getting those guys to actually do something. The biggest one I liked about the AI was around the medical thing, where they got them going in and inventorying medicines and doing the animations for those things. So basically, the AIs are starting to learn their jobs, right? And that should lead to reordering of supplies when they get low, maybe eventually coming to you and giving you the medicine if you're on the doctor's table or whatever, handing stuff, the nurse going over, pulling it out, and handing it to the doctor. You're seeing that kind of interaction of, the milling around and doing doctor-y, nursey kind of stuff. So not just the janitors and the guys fixing the lights and things. So I like that. That's the big thing that still stands out to me.
So anything else besides the AI content? Because there's quite a few stuff in here, but
there's a whole big thing. So let me scan it real quick. They got new artwork for Korea. It's kind of nice. doing some things around Korea. I do like that they are changing. And again, this is in the AI. They're going to temporarily, probably, for what do they call it, your crime stats on levels 1 and 2. They're going to temporarily make those so that you don't instantly get murdered by the police or other players. You won't get on the bounty list. You'll be able to go into Korea and pay off your crime stat level 1 and crime stat level 2. So, but they did caveat that it still might be a bug. It might be a coin flip going in at crime stat 1 or 2. You might periodically get shot.
And you had something. Oh, sorry. And you like something with the interactables, right? With the food that I have on the screen right now.
Oh yeah. That did catch my eye. So it's pretty funny. I was reading that, but then the picture from the description, and I don't know if everybody out there type in "yes, you do know this" if you ever heard of Soylent Green.
Oh,
that's what that brought up.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen the movie Soylent Green, you should watch it. It is one of the most amazing things ever.
So what? Anyone else had a chance to read through the August monthly report? Or what do people think?
While you had the picture up there, when I saw this, the little cubes, I don't know if you've ever seen I'm trying to jog my memory. It was a movie. I forget the name of it. It was with a train. I think it was Snowpiercer. They were on the train, and they had the sections of the cars where they had the poor people in the back, and the more wealthy people in the front. And the poor people in the back had to eat these kind of cubes, and they found out what these cubes were made out of.
Yep.
These cubes were made out of cockroaches.
Ew.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Does anybody know what Soylent Green was made out of?
Yeah, people. I do.
Oh yeah,
I do. I haven't seen it, but I know what they're made out of.
They're made out of people.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't seen that in wow.
Yeah, go back and watch it. It's worth it. So
yeah. I haven't seen it in over 40 years.
So is that where the company Soylent got their name from?
Yeah, they made Soylent Green. It saved the earth from starvation, and the big things and the other thing to look for in the movie is they make references to other colors of Soylent. So Soylent Green is the primary food, but there's actually a Soylent Yellow, and I think a Soylent Red that they mentioned too. Very briefly, but it's in there. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was just
looking
looking at the crime stat thing. It doesn't say that you'll have to go to Korea because it talks about reaching kiosks to pay off crimes. So
right, but the kiosks are in Korea.
No, there's kiosks that you can pay your
crime stats on. Yeah, they're sprinkling them around before, but originally they were only in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be able to pay them off, or you can pay off. You can pay off CS1s now. So hopefully they're just raising out the CS2, so you can go to Grimhex or PO.
There was a post today, I think, in Spectrum by one of the CIG developers about the crime stats, and they said that up to crime stat 2, you'd be able to pay off the fine at any of the kiosks located around Stanton. So, the ones that are at the hangars or, in the wherever that you find those, that you'll be able to pay off, and that you'll be able to land at any of the stations so you can pay those off up to crime stat 2. And then past that, you'll probably have to go to Korea. Then they also made a mention of things that affect those types of crime stats, and that they are looking at ways to fix those so that they don't happen, or that they know exist, and try to change the outcome if that should happen, like an if-then statement. So we'll see what happens. They said that they're actively working on it, and that they're looking into different ways to achieve, like having somebody on your ship that shoots an accidentally shoots someone and they get a crime stat and then you end up getting one or something like that. There's so many different things that they're looking into. So I'll have to take a look where that post was. But yeah, they
Yeah, it's
are
basically
actively.
because of crime stats, because of bugs in the code. You get crime
Mhm.
stat for that. So they're trying to help with that. So if you did get a
Yep.
crime stat, especially if it was a bug, you can pay it off before, you get 900 bounty
Exactly.
on your butt.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I do
One
like
of
they
the
put a lot
things
of more effort into the missions. More dynamic missions are coming,
Mm-hmm.
and more habitational areas, and filling out settlements more, and being more dynamic. Diversity of objects that'll be there. They'll be interactive kind of thing that you can do. So the landing pads should become a little bit more lively and
Mm-hmm.
have more exit ways and to ingress and egress through them. So it's not so linear. Everything motion for the players. There's only one way in, one way out kind of stuff. So you're starting to feel more dynamic.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing, at least to me, one of the things for the AIs I really, really, really wish they would do is they're sort of walking around when you do happen to see them moving and you're walking past them or something, that they would actually it would feel more natural if their head actually turned or their eyeballs kind of made eye contact with you.
They do. They do.
I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
They
things
don't
that
see them look at you.
Go ahead,
one of
Pops.
the things one of the things I've always enjoyed is the development underneath the AI, because usually most of the time, most games you go in, at least the ones I've been in, they're NPCs are basically mission givers. You just go and they tell you to go here or there. If it's something that you have to interact with them, it's just a few choices. To see them working on the basically, if you kind of like what Younique said, if you walk by them, they may start a conversation with you. That type of thing to me. I mean, it's not just immersive in that understanding, but it's the depth that they're going into it. You have to really think about their engine that they must have, that they're really working on, is what really has my curiosity about the game, because there's many great things about this game that's coming out, but their AI, and they talked about moving, and that the AI just will not walk down the middle. They'll use the sides and the sides of the corridors and things like that. I think that it's that tech, and that, like I said, it really has to face back to their engine. I've never seen any company work that hard on AI, which is what, 9-1, 8-1,
9-1, 10-1.
9-1. Yeah, I think that's wow. It's got to be phenomenal once they kind of glue everything together. I'm really curious to see how this is going to work out. Yeah, the
I'll tell you
engine.
one.
Go ahead,
I
DK.
was gonna say, I'll tell you one thing that popped out: time trial races.
Oh yeah,
Time trial races. Yeah,
and we'll be able to
there's-
rent a vehicle there at the
Yep,
spot.
you'll be able to get this vehicle, rent it, or spawn your vehicle at the location. And that they're working on like leaderboards and things like that, racing at Grim Hex. Think about that and all the different courses that they're putting out there. I think that is so cool.
Cool. Oh, there it is. I found it. Time trial. There you go. Yep. So yeah, that
Oh,
was.
yeah. I just wanted a couple things I want to talk about. So number one, they did talk about ships. They talk about a few unannounced ships that are coming out to include a ground vehicle. I find that kind of interesting. They just kind of like throw it out there and just don't say. It's just something like, hey, this might be coming. There's also
text.
yeah, it's like why do you guys do that? Besides like a marketing thing.
We got an unannounced ground ship and an unannounced spaceship.
There is the
we've been in it for 10 years. We know this.
Get your wallets ready.
Sitcon and IAE are coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick, what jumped out at me is animation is working on a creature. So it kind of goes into what we were talking about on Soul Citizens this past Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that, because I mean, people have been wanting to see creatures in the game for a while. Also, a bunch of new heads they're working on.
Mm.
So, you know, that's big. It's been a long time since they updated the DNA systems. That's kind of what
But
jumped out at me.
Jay,
Yeah.
did they mention anything at all about a heavy artillery kitten?
No, but you
No,
know what?
darn.
Like, seriously, if you talk to somebody, you should mention the heavy artillery kitten, because there's a couple different star kittens. There's not just the Sally. There's Damon. I think, you know, any one of those could be the heavy artillery kitten.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
That's something to
Yeah.
look forward to.
Fastcart, go to those cubes again real quick.
Cubes.
Yeah, go to the cubes. picture.
Soylent Green.
No, don't go to subscriber. Go to the, there you go, and go to the cubes, and then go up one picture.
Go up one picture.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know if you see that. It's a giant bug in a cave,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like a giant one of those millipedes that kind of like
It's
make
like
a
a
ball
quad
and
between a turtle and a millipede. Yeah.
A roly
Yeah.
poly.
Yeah, roller
okay.
coaster.
those are going to be out there soon. So if you didn't like caves before, now you're really not
You
going to
won't
like
like them
caves.
either. Yeah, you won't like them either.
I hope they
All right.
crawl around and
They, they talk about collectible bugs that you will have to
Oh.
find
Yeah,
in caves.
yep.
Yeah. So there you
All
go.
right.
Minables.
So moving on, let's talk about the September 2022 subscriber promotions. And this one, let's get other people's thoughts about it first, but let me read it. So, welcome to September. Last month's ferocious heat is dying down, but there are plenty of reasons to take out a moment to explore the coldest regions of the verse. This month's subscriber flare is one of the oldest, old-school RSI Juice exploration suit and inspired by humanity's early deep space pioneers. 3 variants are available in the Play Store now. So yeah, the Zeus exploration suit honors some of the earliest space pioneers, the crew who developed and tested humanity's first commercial spacecraft, the RSI Zeus. While the suit is styled to match those used centuries ago with the attachment of the helmet and backpack, it contains modern technology and conveniences expected of present-day explorers, including the resistance to harsh environment, excellent storage space, and sample collecting during EVA. So yeah, let me get the picture of all 3 real quick. So anybody have any thoughts about these? Or anyone looking forward to these for the subscriber promotion this month?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I got 'em.
subscribed just
Those are
for them.
cool.
For all mankind.
I think that was
think
One
it's
size
cool.
fits all.
I love
Yeah.
I love the way they look. It actually looks like you have like a total visual capability, like 180 degrees. But if you've seen people using them, it almost looks like they use the like the Novikov
They did.
like helmet from the inside. So it's kind of
Yeah.
disappointing right now.
They
So
reused it. Yeah.
They
but
gave me the orange one.
it looks like
yeah.
you have the best view of any other helmet out there. So very
know,
cool.
I was asking people what are people's favorite colors? Do they have a preference for either one of these?
I got
They
the white one
sprinkle
and
them
the
around
orange
if you
one.
get them. Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
both the white one and the orange one.
Yep.
So
Same.
you got the $20 subscription.
Yeah, that's what got me the concierge.
I was
Uh-huh.
in the explorations. Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey,
I was in the
Hey.
I was in the Zeus exploration suit tonight, and towards the end of Vision, on the one hand, it looks like they're going to have to do some tweaks to it, because on the one hand, it looks like you do have a wider field of vision, but already there are weird reflection patterns that are manifesting when you move through different light spaces that start to have you thinking, is that something I'm seeing, or is that just a reflection? And it's kind of distracting already. So having tried it out today, there's some changes that they need to make to how you're receiving light in the thing without it being distracting. But overall, it's nice to just slip that on as an undersuit, put a backpack on, and essentially you're out. And it's heavy armor, so you're out. Yeah, a lot like the Novikov.
Yeah, I know some
You
people
used
were
to be able to
saying
buy
that it's
those
real
things.
close.
Yeah, let me go through each of these real quick. So the RSI Juice exploration suit Solar, that is the Centurion level one. That is the orange one, as people can see. And then you have the right one, which is the RSI Juice exploration suit. It doesn't have a name. It just said there's no Solar or anything after it. but this is the imported one. So that is the $20 one for $20 USD. And then finally, you have the RSI Juice Exploration Suit Starscape, which is a black color scheme, and that's the one you have to buy in the RSI in the store. You can't get that through any of these subscription tiers.
Black?
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it says. Yeah, it says black right there. Yep.
It doesn't look black. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
Looks a little
charcoal
greenish,
gray.
charcoal
Yeah,
grayish.
it's like charcoal. Mm-hmm.
I do think this is interesting because back in July they did a lore piece on a Zeus that crashed on
Oh
one of
yeah,
Saturn's moons, and it
right.
seems like we're hearing a lot more about the Zeus lately. And now we have these suits. So I'm just crossing my fingers, that maybe it pops up in the game as something we can find.
They have to put it in game because I mean, for one thing, they would make so much money about it, and the other thing is people have been claiming about it for lore in a while. I can see people making much cinema about the RSI Zeus when it comes
Yeah.
out, but yeah.
So Big Back said something that I want to just touch on base. So these like an undersuit, and you already automatically have heavy armor on. I'm like, this is like exactly like I thought. Like I wanted some examples of like Mass Effect armor where it would be like one piece, and I didn't have to put on legs after I put on the undersuit, and then put the armor on my arms and all this stuff. This is just like the same thing. It's just like get in and go, and it would be nice to see more outfits like this.
Yeah, the Novikov started that tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, I thought, well, maybe we're going to get a whole series of these that are like that, but it looks like this is the next one. But I think you're right. If we could get some variation on that, where sort of get in and go. I'd also, to be frank, the way that this and the Novikov look, I feel like there ought to be some penalties to movement. Because they feel like bigger.
They're bulky, yeah.
They're bulkier. Maybe some penalties to movement, maybe some different configurations of what you can put on. Like it looked weird to have my knife on the outside. It just looked weird, right?
I hear what you're saying, BBG, but they could have some kind of assisted machinery mechanism inside to help you move inside easy.
Oh yeah, they could balance it all out in ways that allowed you to almost everything subscribes to some higher form of movement and fatigue. But I just thought from a gameplay perspective, from a forcing of choice perspective, right? From a strengths and weaknesses perspective, it would be interesting to see if on the one hand, maybe this had slightly better stats on the heavy armor, but slightly lower, for example, movement rates or inventorying rates.
The one thing I've heard a long time ago is that the heavy suit, you won't be able to fly a ship in a heavy suit. You have to use a medium or a light armor in order to fly a ship. But the heavy armor, you have to like sit in the back or something like that. So that would be one penalty.
Yeah, I feel like they've said that recently again.
Okay.
In some space that I was in or listening to or reading, they've said that again. So
I wonder what the environmental stats are.
Pretty
it's as
close
big as the
to
Pembroke.
it's pretty close from what somebody had mentioned. I don't know if it was Reddit or somewhere, but somebody gave the stats of the suit compared to the Pembroke or the Novikov, and they said the stats are pretty darn close. So I was very surprised by that.
I should have took a picture of it in inventory instead of trying to style and profile in front of my Avenger Titan.
So if you aren't a subscriber and would like to receive the RSI Juice Exploration to the part of the subscription, you can subscribe before September 13th. That's next week. Additionally, if you subscribe after September 13th, you pick these up in previous months going back to 2014 by checking out the subscriber exclusive store. If you have any lost items, you can easily do a character reset to get your lost items back. That for like subscription items and stuff like that. But these suits will be earnable in game. They're excited to say that many of the subscriber play items have been added to the in-game loot table as a rare drop starting in 3.17. Most specifically, most key 2022 items, those that can be player carry, have been added, with future player being added after a 3-month exclusivity window. So in 3 months, these will be added to the red drop table. So yeah, you don't have to get these now. You can get them in game later.
Just wait until everybody's playing Moonbase Alpha memes through the void. You know it's going to happen. Maybe you
anything
played that
happens in the
game back in the
community.
day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for the vehicle of the month, you got the hover quad. So you get to fly the hover quad for free, or not for free, but if you're a subscriber, you get access to the hover quad. Subscriber exclusive flip promotion is the deadliest cutlass variant. The steel is available with upgraded in-game search until the end of the month. So yeah, if you, if you don't have the steel and you want a promotion, if you become a subscriber, you can get that.
This is what I want to happen with the steel. I want them to come out the next time they sell it and increase the price by $100, and then say this can have this module on it and this module on it, and just make people like have their mouths drop open. They have to like come up with something and make this ship like ridiculously amazing.
It's already.
I know you think it's an
ridiculously
NPC ship.
amazing.
I know you
No,
I think
it's already
an NPC
ridiculously amazing. Like I can't buy it just because I'll feel dirty, like I'm cheating. Like that. This ship is the definition of pay to win. You immediately have beaten Star Citizen if you fly the Cutlass. You are the end boss if you fly this ship.
And finally, you have a subscriber merchandise promotion. You get new items are 10% off, and existing items are 15% off. So
Hey, look, it's Yo Meg. Raiding with a party of 3 people. What's up?
Hey, Yo, thank you for the raid. Hi, everybody from the Yo Meg channel. This is Soul Talk. We'll talk about the subscriber promotion going on right now. But yeah, that's about it for the subscriber promotion.
Real quick about the origin, those mugs. Is it me, or are they trying to give those damn things away? I'm just saying. It seems like every other month.
Everyone does. Not everyone likes Origin, so that's
every other month they're like, please, somebody buy these damn mugs.
What? They're nice mugs too.
You got an
I see Younique looking for his right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they've sold like 8 of them, and I think 4 of them are in people that are in here right now.
That's about right.
You're saying that they got a storage closet full of them in boxes?
They like, man, we miscalculated, man. We ordered 100, and we only sold like 13. Damn it. We got to keep putting these damn things on sale. They're gonna show up at Trader Joe's or Aldi's one day.
Oh my goodness!
And as a reminder, if you want those, those new armors, like the new Stay Puft mod, whatever, is if you come to sub just for 1 month, you can actually go back and buy all the other sub gear that you might have missed over the course of a year or 3 years or whatever.
Yeah, that was the last thing I read. Yeah, if you become a subscriber, you pick up all this from 2014 on. But yeah, but if you don't want to pay for them, you can just get them in game as Red Rock.
I'm trying to get some Star Citizen funding. Hold on now, fastcart. Buy everything with cash. We're trying to get Star Citizen finished, so just go in there and buy stuff. There you go.
They don't have enough money to finish it?
They probably do.
I don't know what their burn rate is anymore.
Right, that's true. But yeah, so up next we had the Star Wars Bow 2.0. This is the in-lore piece that they had this week. I didn't get a chance to read this, but yeah, if anyone wants to read it, Chris and I put the link in check that. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Kusanagi, for doing that.
It was good.
It was?
Good. Yeah.
What is the synopsis of it?
So basically, there's an actor named Bo who died a bunch of times, and because of regen, that they're trying to basically say that Bo's not the same person anymore, and so it goes into like some of the things that have now come up because of the regeneration technology.
Oh yeah, they were asking about that a while ago about the psychological effect of regen. If it yeah. So yeah, that's good. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
So Jay, do you want to be Callie, and then I could be Monroe, and we could just do a little.
Let's do it.
It's a little. It's a little long.
We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay.
No, no, it's kind of long, but we'll do it someday.
Okay.
How do I feel they're trying not to use the word Down syndrome?
Yes. If anyone wants to join us, click the link that so this and put it in chat. You can join us and to talk with us and give us your thought about these things. We appreciate it. So
the lore. Just real quick with fastcart. The lore piece, to Jade's point, raises an interesting question at the end which could have gameplay implications,
Yeah.
right? Where
I
they
gotta-
talk about the idea of having a contract or even certain clauses in the contract that are only valid until you regen, right? So I can imagine that there might be certain missions that are like, because right now, you know, we can become incapacitated, go to the hospital, get gear again, go back out and do the mission. What this might be intimating is a tier of missions that if you die, that's it. You know, and it's a harm to rep, almost like an Iron Man or Iron Woman mission, right? So it's just
like that.
interesting.
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it's a very interesting lore piece that could have implications.
All right, so up next we have this week's Inside Star Citizen. Came out a few hours ago. It's only 9 minutes, so let's take a watch.
Our intentions at the Montreal team is always to add more gameplay to the universe. We wanted to do something that was a little bit different than the Reclaimer crash site. So when the players start up 318, the Daymar crash site is going to have 2 crash chips so that the player can explore. The endeavor that we embarked ourselves when we were working on the Reclaimer was huge because of the size of the ship and how big it is. The team was looking to work on something that was a little bit smaller, easier to break up, and that we could do multiple crash sites with the size of team that we have.
So we wanted to have two crash sites. First one was with the 600i, the second one was the MSR.
After a couple of discussions, we thought that having 2 ships crashed at the same locations would allow us to have a bigger crash site, so there's more places to explore for the player.
So when we bring this idea to merge the both of them, we would just decide to do that on Daymar because it was a sand planet and we wanted to create this location in a different biome than what we did on the Reclaimer.
The player will discover the 600i totally wrecked into a cave.
When you get into that cave and you see how the 600i cockpit is hanging with a bunch of wires, it reminds me of a lot of the scene from Jurassic Park when the bus is broken up and it's hanging down the cliff.
600i, we want the player to feel how hard was the crash, how the spaceship was impacted.
What I like about the MSR is that it's actually a little further away from the rest of the outpost.
The ship crashed a little bit more like the Reclaimer. We're going to see the trail and the ship just kind of in the sand.
So the player needs to go in and explore. The whole feeling of the MSR and the whole outpost is that it's been lived in, it's being used, it's been repurposed.
Some people are there to salvage the ship, to take what parts are still good, to be able to resell it, reuse them. And we create this kind of shooting range just to add some more gameplay opportunity for the player to just fool around and just having fun. Now we have created a piece for the 600i and the MSR, and we have a lot of settlement asset. So now we'll be able to create a lot of different kind of crash site on other planets, other biomes.
It was a good exercise to use the new Houdini tech we have. We'll be able in the future to do more content like that, easier and quicker for the player.
For the next Derelict crash, we're not sure yet which ship we're going to use. Maybe when you're going to see the Daymar crash site, maybe in the comment you can help us to find which kind of ship we'd like to see for the next Derelict crash.
Derelicts show us another side of our spacecraft we generally spend our entire time trying to avoid. They tell a story of Star Citizen's in-fiction past, while providing tantalizing clues about the future of salvage, player homesteading, and more. And the first of these 600i and MSR derelicts will be found in the upcoming Alpha 318, alongside Sand Caves, Derelict Outpost, Additional Rivers, the PTV race, Revitalized Korea, Prison Editions, the arrival of persistent entity streaming, and more stuff that we'll be talking about real soon. But as we approach news of this year's CitizenCon 2952, check out the robertspaceindustrials.com website for details in the coming days. And that's why I got a haircut. We thought we'd take this week and turn a quick sprint report on its side with a look back at some of the stuff we saw in last year's show and how it's been coming along in the time since. Now, one of last year's big showcases were the colonialism outposts. And in the time since then, they've grown and expanded several times in scope. And while we're not gonna spoil all of that here just yet, what we can show you is what we call overlay work. Overlays are essentially a collection of props and dressings that can be added to an object container of an existing location. In this case, several of the Colonialism Homestead modules, to give them a look and feel of something very different than their original intention. With overlays, this facility that clearly started life as a domicile for the traditional homesteader has now demonstrably been overtaken by a rather messy outlaw element. Which isn't to say that all outlaws are messy. We already had that debate last year. But you can see here the power of proper dressing in action all the same, and its ability to transform a location from cozy homestead to outlaw ruggedness. And you can see here a recent in-game test of the new outlaw overlay in action on a potential homestead for perennial testbed, Daymar. Now, tests like this are done to accomplish a few things. First and foremost, to validate what works and what still needs adjusting when these modular overlays are assembled in the variety of ways that will ultimately make up dozens and dozens of different layouts throughout the verse. It can also serve as identification of feature and UI needs for Rastar, the internal tool that designers are using to populate the entire Pyro system ahead of Alpha 4.0, that the new overlay hasn't broken any of the existing quest work in place, that AI doesn't get stuck on a random box that wasn't there in the base module, and much, much more. And as work progresses, the Outlaw overlay will continue to be developed into smaller subsets, some generalized for use anywhere in the verse, and others specifically tailored to some of the many gangs found throughout the Pyro system. And before we wrap up, let's skip ahead and show you a few more areas without spoiling some of the quest context here. I'll just say, some of this stuff is dark. And just so you don't think they've only been working on the same stuff from last year, here's a sneak peek at early white box of a repair and service station you may encounter on your travels in Stanton, Pyro, and beyond. Work is also underway creating various refineries and other producers that will make use of the upcoming resource management system to provide new opportunities for players to build their credit empire, or should they choose, hinder the advancement of someone else's. And finally, a quick look at progress of the massive outlaw space stations that you'll be seeing more about later this year as our journey to 4.0 continues. I'm just not sure how much we can get away with showing ahead of CitizenCon, so if there's just a picture of me here, imagine me putting on clown makeup right now, because it got saved for the big show. So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that the team at Turbulent continues to crank out some of the best-looking, worst-looking spacecraft in the persistent universe. That as the Derelict library continues to expand, the opportunities for environmental storytelling increase, and for players to maybe write their own stories of Star Citizen's in-fiction past. And that we're just a few short weeks away from this year's CitizenCon event, where there'll be some stuff you're expecting, some stuff that maybe you're not, and that if I'm the host, some stuff you're not that you really probably should be. I'll let Spectrum figure out what that means. Now keep an eye out on the RSI website for details when those drop. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all here next week.
Yeah, and we're back. So that was this week, Inside Star Citizen. So let's go in order to see what people thought about it. I love Jared's haircut. You look good, Jared. Kusnagi, what are your thoughts?
It was pretty cool. Certainly the derelicts looked really good. I'm kind of wondering if the 600 shown there, I'm like going through the video really slow, trying to figure out if it's if it's gold and platinum standard 600 level yet. And then, but I haven't really noticed anything that's different. So I don't know. But they look fantastic. It'll be good to see them. It looks like they're going to be in the Stanton system, along with the new repair facilities that looks like it's coming out too, which I think is great. That you don't have to just go back to another station in the middle of nowhere. Well, travel there a little bit closer. I think it's kind of cool that they actually have like these jails and these NPC locations to kind of figure out what type of mission gameplay they're going to be putting in with those. And then also the right after the repair facilities, they talked about the mining facilities, and I thought that was really cool. So, because I'm kind of big into mining, and that's or heavy industries anyway, so it's kind of like what I'm leaning towards. So it'll be interesting to see what that brings about.
Cool. Oh, and I almost forgot again. If anyone want to join us from chat, click on the link below to join us in Discord. We can bring you in for the conversation. Tell us what you thought about ISC. Big Black Gaming, are you there?
I am.
So what do you thought?
I have to tell you, this is on its face. I just love the look, feel, and implementation of the derelict ships, sites, and the opportunity for both planned and emerging gameplay that we're seeing. This stuff looks incredible. I feel like the folks over at Turbulent Montreal are thinking the way gamers think, in terms of how they're laying this out and the optionality that's going to be there. And I also hope that the pace at which, because the Turbulent deal, they bought 25% of Turbulent in 2019. They started talking about a new studio in late 2020. We started seeing Derelict site content from this team and across 2020, 2021, and stuff is being talked about and is hitting the ground for us to experience at a rate that I think is instructive for the whole Star Citizen development team. From my perspective, outside looking in with not all the information. So I love how stuff is being presented to us, and then we're seeing it in game. And for those folks who have not gone to a Derelict site, even with a mission, without a mission, get over there and see the implementation. I think, of course, in any case, Star Citizen could use your feedback, but I think that it's a powerful experience to have, and is reflective of my excitement. I love seeing this stuff, and this next iteration is exciting.
Cool, thank you. Dark Knight, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was really cool. I like the settlements that are building up around the derelicts. So it's like they're lived in, kind of similar to what they did with the Reclaimer, but it looks like they're going to be adding, just that little bit more to make it feel like it's, a living, breathing point of interest, like the scrap dealer and things like that they're making use of the derelict that they got there. And it just, those kinds of cool things. The one question obviously I had, and you brought it up, Admiral, was the 600i. They're using the old model. So I'm interested in how they're going to explain that one away when the new one comes out. Because
they could just say that
that's the 2022.
Yeah, they're gonna have to see that. They're gonna have to explain that one off.
That's the hope. The hope is that we get the original Cutlass Black, and that we'll have like years and stuff like that. So if that's what they're going to be doing, that'd be cool.
The original Mustang Beta. That's the hope.
Oh God, please.
Or the original 300. It's just like, yeah, but I know that they didn't want to put put it in there with the new look, because obviously they haven't even done it yet. It's not even concepted yet, or at least it's going in the concept drawings. But I was just like, okay, that's kind of cool, man. But when the new one comes out, we're gonna write a lore on this one. It's just like, that's the old one and this is the new one. It should be a lore post when the new one comes out. Just my opinion. Make it a lore piece. Origin released a new version. The old version, that you find crashed on this, on Daymar and la la la, whatever. But I did enjoy it, and seeing all of the new, just a new look that we see here. So yeah, really cool.
Cool, thank you. Face to face, what do you talk about this week's ISC?
Oh, everything looks cool. I'm definitely looking forward to the derelicts. These outposts in Pyro. One thing though that I did notice as I saw this when they talked about the dark side of it, where it looked like organ harvesting, right? And I know that was mentioned before.
Yeah, that was
And
a
it
sneak
kind of
peek. That was gonna, yeah,
right.
the sneak peek.
Yeah, it kind of made me think. It gave me like the Surgeon General vibes of Escape from LA.
Oh,
Yeah, and the Beverly Hills Surgeon General of Beverly Hills. Um, and it kind of made me think that this could actually spawn kidnapping missions.
or it could spawn free the kidnapped mission.
There you go too, as well, right? So it could go both ways.
Yep. All right, cool. Go Map. How about you?
Variety. That's what I'm looking for. Right now, of course, we understand why, but all of the underground facilities, all of the above ground outposts throughout all the verse, they're snap copy clone with a little bit of difference of layouts and stuff sprinkled around there, but they all look the same. To me, all this stuff just says, hey, there's going to be some variety sprinkled throughout. Like if I go to aerial and then I see one thing when I take off and go to land at Bezdek, is it going to be the same thing but with just one less landing pad, right? This one, now there's going to be a potential for some variety throughout the verse. So that is always a welcome thing, and I understand why they they do it the way they do it now, just because it's so they could scale and have more as opposed to more bespoke. But now that they're building these tools where they can kind of sprinkle in some differences here and there, that's a great thing. The 600i, that looked like it was the touring version, but they also have been talking about their tools, right? Specifically Turbulent, and they've been focused on building out the tools to programmatically generate these outposts and these entities. So if they're using tooling and automation to put these derelicts out there, that would lead one to believe that once the model of the 600i is released into the game, that they could fairly easily, if not automatically, leverage that technology to update the derelicts as well, right? So I don't worry about that. I think because they showed how they're building a lot of these derelicts, like that we're taking the actual ship and then using technology to age it in place, right? Dynamically based upon the biome that it's in. They had a Inside Star Citizen about that, and I think they had a Star Citizen Live about that stuff. So I think that's what's more likely going to happen. So I'm excited about the variety of the verse, man. This is going to be really cool.
Cool, thank you. Jade, how about you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up where Gomab left off with he was talking about the tools, and the thing I take away from this was they mentioned that they're using Rastar to generate these, and that for people that don't know, that's the same tool that we're gonna get to use when we have the Pioneer, the base building ship in game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
that's a very important
interesting.
thing that we're now actually seeing. And in the monthly report under Tools Montreal, it says that they are able to create 80% of the derelict settlement procedurally. And so things that like used to take months now take only weeks to create. So a lot of times people say, how are they going to make all these star systems? There's 100. How are they going to make it? I'll be dead before they're here. Well, this is how. tools.
Yeah,
And the fact that they're showing things that are the result of these tools that we're going to see in 3.18. It's not something, a year from now or 2 years from now like it used to be. This is something, coming up. I think it just shows the progress of their tools and of the game's development. As far as the derelicts themselves, they look spectacular. And like Gomez said, variety, it's definitely the spice here. If CIG wants to know what ship I think they should do next for a derelict, pretty clear to 890, because it's got so many rooms and they can do a lot with that. So that's all I have.
Yeah, so when people say that they call me a tool, they say I'm just helping the development of Star Citizen. I didn't even realize that. Thank you for that, Jay. That made me feel better.
You're welcome.
No, you're a stripped out screwdriver, fastcart.
Damn. Top face, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, I love the look. It reminds me so much of Anthem, and I'm not saying that they pulled it from Anthem, but the look kind of.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
It has the look with the turbines going in it, and like Papa Doc says in chat, this is one of the things I noticed, and I'm glad to see that Clorox survived over the years. That was one of the very first things that I noticed, the Clorox bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, they
so
don't actually say Clorox on the bottom.
No, they don't. They don't. But
Can I ask
Right.
a question, Go Pops?
Mhm.
Should we inject it in ourselves, though?
Oh.
Oh my
No.
God.
Oh,
Anyway,
my
moving on.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now you
No
just threw
problem.
me on. But I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say that the jails. Oh, they got me scared. Oh my goodness, because I don't know if we can become the victims of that.
Probably.
Which would be kind of cool, and to have rescue. Maybe org mates have to come and rescue us.
It's in there. I did find handcuffs in there. There when
did?
the guy is traversing inside, kind of with his gun out, and he goes into a room with a table, and it's filled with like workers' clothes. There's there's one set of almost like a leather handcuff set, not metal, but like kind of handcuffed. But like they're definitely for binding your someone in for like a prisoner or whatever, or so that will be in there. And there's also an RSI ship I think in there, and I can't figure out what it is. I don't know if it's something they just created, but there's at the 2-minute 20-second there's an RSI name on one of the derelict areas, and it looks like there's an engine next to it. It doesn't look like any ship I've seen or other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what other game gives you the opportunity to become Akon? You know what I'm saying?
So
Right there. See on the left hand side, left bottom.
Okay. Go ahead, Pops.
Yes. So anyway, so the like I said, the prisons, again, and the way they look really bad. Wouldn't want to have to stay in any one of them for an extended period of time. I just realized something. The repair stations. What are they repairing? Is it ships?
Yeah, ships.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was ships
back
or.
in the day, they used to have the platform, the drones would come out and repair your ships and rearm your ships too.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's to replace those.
Actually, look like a Valkyrie.
Okay. I really couldn't. I just noticed that they said it, and it went by, so I couldn't tell, and I wasn't here when they had the drone things repairing ships. But I thought that was interesting. Yeah, and I mean, the homestead stuff coming. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Oh, fastcart. That thing is at 6 minutes 29 seconds.
What is it?
Well, the handcuffs. Oh, 6:28.
Oh,
excuse me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Younique, what are your thoughts?
Oh, well, first I want to correct Gomab's pronunciation of biome. Obviously, it's biome. Biome. French pronunciation. Biome. So we got the biome.
I ain't French. I'm from America.
Yeah, move. So anyway, if you start looking at a little further down the road as they're building the pieces together, so the 80% dynamic creation of these derelict sites and other sites, you are going to get the initial setup where a lot of it can be very similar, but don't forget that the persistent system is coming. They also mentioned in the August report that a lot of the objects are going to become interactable and moving around and persistent. So as people visit sites and move things around, they're going to change. So if you move a brush or somebody kicks a can and it goes to another location, it's going to be there. So even if you go to another site that was spawned, at the exact same time, just by the nature of people interacting with both sites, they're going to be different probably by the time you get to it. So that's going to be pretty cool. You're going to just get a lot more interaction, a lot more branching away from something, even if they're spawned randomly, identically, because that can happen. But just the interaction with the players and possibly even the interaction with the AIs as they kind of go about their day and move things around and pick something up and salvage it and sell it. So let's say you found something in derelict site A and derelict site B was exactly the same, but by the time you got to B, one of the AI people picked up a good, stream, an MDF, where in the first site you got the MDF and you were able to salvage that, but it's no longer there on site B because somebody else already salvaged it, that kind of thing. So I think that's all going to be very cool. So it's starting to come. I do feel for the PES system that they nickname it. It's all caps PES, and it is, the persistent state thing. But as that filters out, it is what will allow the server meshing to happen. The problem is that every time there's a bug in that thing, you can add a lowercase t at the end, and it will spell pest. Every time that thing has a bug, it will be the biggest pest in the system.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And that's coming, so expect it, until they flush out all those bugs.
Yeah, so some of the stuff that stood out to me is the previous sneak peeks that we had, previously. They showed those again in this ISE, like the handprint on the bathtub and stuff like that. The repair and service station, we covered that before. That's a throwback. Well, not a throwback, but they bring back the feature that we had before. Refineries, I'm looking forward to that. And I think for this Halloween, Jared's is gonna be a clown. That's my guess.
No more Dracula?
No more Dracula. No, it's gonna be clown this time.
Okay.
So up next we have This Week Machinima. This Week Machinima is from Crusader Dreaming. It's Galaxy Girl. I'm sorry. Crusader Dreaming Cinematic is the name of the name of the thing. But Galaxy Girl just put this out. So this is This Week Machinima. So let's check it out.
Seeing that all life is a magnificent illusion, a playing of energy, and there is absolutely nothing fundamentally to be afraid of.
the shortness of breath. I'll explain the infinite, how rare and beautiful it truly is that we exist.
Yeah, and that was from Galaxy Girl, Crusader Dreaming. Instead of going in order, we're going to just do a free fall. So, anyone have their thoughts about this? Somebody want to
Yes.
speak first? Go ahead, Jade.
Yeah. Wow. The fills. So I followed Galaxy Girl stuff for a while, and for those that don't know, like her videos and screenshots, she has a knack for capturing, just how spectacularly beautiful this game is. We always sometimes talk about not stopping to smell the roses. People just kind of run through the game. She does not. She stops, and that's why she gets the shots that she does. And I just thought this was great. Everything about it, just showed how spectacularly beautiful Crusader and Orison are. And the song Saturn by Sleeping at Last really, really fit the video. So well done, Galaxy Girl. Keep it going. We're definitely watching your stuff.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, it made,
Yeah.
you know what it gave me? That vibe of the movie with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, I believe that's
Ghost.
Yeah,
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah, it gave you that feeling of that. You don't remember that movie, FC?
Yep.
Yeah. It gave me that
Yeah,
feeling.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah, Whoopi was in there also. Yeah.
I might have to see that again. It's been a while.
Fastcart, I'm gonna see you at Pottery Will, okay?
Oh my God. I had to think about that one. Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would just I find myself aligned with Jade's comments. There's a lot of screenshots taken of Star Citizen, and for good reason. But it was Galaxy Girl's video, The Most Beautiful Game Ever, about a year ago, that stood out above the noise as somebody with an eye for cinematically beautiful shots. And I had not seen this one. So thank you, Griffin Fastcart, for pulling it up. This is another example of somebody who has, I think, really slowed down to make an effort to articulate and the beauty of the game and tell a story through it. So yeah, kudos to her. And my hope is that over the long term, we'll continue to get content from Galaxy Girl.
Yeah, and this was from last year, almost a year ago exactly. So I gotta hit her up and see what else she produced more recently.
I don't know about anybody else, but
Yeah.
it kind of, for some reason, it gave me Evanescence vibes from Maya.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like it really gave me vibes from that, and I was just like, that was so cool, And I love that song, so it was just like that really gave me the vibe. So sleeping, what's her name? Sleeping with what's the name of the artist that did Saturn? I gotta look it up now.
Sleeping at Last. Sleeping at Last.
Sleeping at Live. So yeah, very, very cool. There's the visuals. I'll just echo what Big Black and Jade said. The visuals were just stunning. Yeah,
I think this goes. This is what people have talked about before. Like especially Griff is like people that just like taking your time to go through Star Citizen and not run by everything because everything is done so meticulously. You walk up to a sign or a pen on the table and you're like, wow, look at that. That's so like that's amazing. Like how much detail they went just to do this one little thing. And if you just slow down and just kind of like take it all in. It really is a really cool experience. I actually watch a lot of like first time viewing music movies and stuff like that. And I was watching one today. This kid watched Star Trek 1 the motion picture, which I think is most people's like worst film. And
I love the
and
beginning of that film.
and the parts where it's got some great parts. The parts that he it stood up to him with the slow parts. He's like, wow, I've never seen a film where you just like take your time to go through V'ger and to see all this stuff that was created. And he's like, I thought it was so cool. And it's the same thing where people like just like, and he saw all the new Chris Pine ones and stuff like that. But this was the first time he was watching the old Star Treks. And it just made me think, and like watching this makes me, it just made me think about the same thing I saw today with this kid. And it's just like, yeah, like people just run by stuff. They don't actually get to experience like what these developers, what these like professionals are actually making for us. And it's just pretty cool. So yeah, it's big props to this woman here who made this.
Got us to go, yeah. So yeah, just speaking of like, you gotta imagine that those leaf bottles, the chloride bottles that we saw earlier, they gotta have warnings and everything on them and everything. Yeah, they really go above and beyond when it comes to detail about this stuff.
Do not inject.
No, do not. Younique, you had any thoughts?
Oh, I mean, Orson is gorgeous. I love this scene that's up right now where they're panning away from the pink. It's very pink in this particular thing, not only with the leaves in the sky. It was done a year ago, so the music's old. I think Blackpink's Pink Venom song will go well in this too. Taste that pink venom.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you could update the song to be pretty hot, speed it up just a little bit, maybe on some of the pans.
Yeah.
But she's got a great eye. I like her cinematic approach to doing these things. Tells a story, which is nice, and shows off the capabilities that the team has. A lot of the run around people do is, based on missions and making money and trying to overcome the lack of things to do in the game. So they kind of speed up. The idea of slowing down really isn't there yet, but maybe as the universe becomes more live and missions are more, and as you get through certain things, there'll be time where you have downtime, and you'll want vacation time in the game. Back when we were playing hardcore WoW, our guild always had Sundays off, and I would go do the things in the game on the Sundays off, even though I was still playing the game. Wouldn't do the hardcore raiding, but I would work on my other skills of cooking and fishing, things like that would aid me further down the line in the game. So that downtime let me go to places and see things and ride horses or creatures and fish for different areas and see things that you didn't see when you're deep in some dungeon or whatever. So maybe there'll be some of that exposed in the game as things to do with your off time, and it would be worth doing, outside the visuals. The visuals are worth doing, but how do you know where to go?
Yeah, for my thoughts, it's like I haven't seen the original video of this song, but it's like if I were to watch it now, I think it would this video make me feel like this is the original video of the song now. So that's it. That was my thought. But yeah, I agree with everyone. It's well done. The music really set the mood and fit the mood of the video. So yeah, great job, Galaxy Girl.
I almost thought Younique was going to say she should have used the "You Won't Take My Soul" song, but
I was thinking Amish Paradise might be better, but it's okay.
Go my, I didn't quite get that. How's it go? Do it again. Sing it again.
No.
Anyway, moving on. We have another virtual. I can't even say the word now. Digi Citizen Con. Thank you. I finally got it out. So this is on October 15th. So it'll be the Saturday after. Hopefully when Citizen Con airs. So yeah, hopefully Chris Nagy can put the link in Twitch app. But you can register in advance for a Zoom meeting, and it's October 15th, 3 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. U.S.
There you
and
go,
Canada.
folks.
There you go. Thank you.
Everybody here should register.
I'm going to after the show. But yeah, so yeah, we have another virtual boss citizen. So check us out for that. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Should be a lot of fun.
Y'all have a drink for me on that bar citizen. I will not be able to make it.
Oh, you already know that?
Yeah, it's UGA's homecoming, man. Go Dogs.
Oh, okay.
And do we know if I imagine some people from Star Citizen will be there? Or excuse me, CIG.
I just heard about tonight, so your guess is as good as mine. But hopefully someone will be there.
I'd imagine someone, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the week after my birthday, so hey, that's something.
Oh.
Today's the day after my birthday.
Oh, that's right. Your birthday's the
Happy
same
birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
October 8th, right?
Yeah.
No, yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay.
Yesterday was your birthday? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
No. He's not playing that one. He's playing the Uncle Luke happy birthday.
It's your birthday.
Okay.
It's your birthday.
So we're gonna sing a happy birthday to him now?
No.
No.
Y'all start singing. All you're gonna hear is of me leaving the Discord.
Show is over. Peace, love, and soul. Goodbye.
got your birthday present.
Before we get to that, Saturday we have Soul Voices, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. We also talk about what's going on in your thoughts in the community, but it's more one-on-one, so people can come in and talk to Griffin about what's going on. Generally, we'll cover topics from Reddit, Spectrum, and something from the industry. And also, that's part of podcast Saturday, or Pad Chat. Soul Voice at 3 p.m. After pub at 6 p.m. and relay at 9 p.m. or 1 a.m. UTC. So join us for that. Get a whole evening or afternoon or whatever time zone you're in of Star Citizen podcast. Younique, you want to cover what's going on for this Sunday?
This Sunday, September 11th, 2022, size coming back. 8 o'clock? Is it 8 or 9?
8.
8 o'clock? Okay, yeah. So we got Soul Citizens. They're going to be covering how to do fast credits. How can you get fast UEC in the game? How's the best and quickest way to make a bunch of money?
Money.
Oh, yeah. So if you love the money, you want to check out next. Yeah.
I see. It must
Check
be
out
American
Sunday's show.
Idol.
Check out Sunday's show so that you can figure out how to make money fast. You can buy that big old ship that you're looking for, or be able to fix your ship, get into more weaponry, bigger guns. So yeah, there are some fast ways of making money.
Thank you for that. And thank you, Face to Face Gaming, for the Prime subscription. I appreciate it. Also, so that's at 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC. Also, we have reaction and reviews on YouTube. We should be making new episodes that soon. So, check out the old episodes that we have up. Also, you can become a Soul Bro, Soul Sister, or Soulmate. Soul Citizen members have the privileges. Click the join button down below on YouTube. Also, you can hit like, subscribe, and follow to help us out in the algorithm. We appreciate that. We sell merchandise. We sell a t-shirt, mugs. Oh, instead of buying the Origin mug, you buy one of our mugs. Put it that way, because our mugs are so much better, right? So appreciate
That's right. That's right.
Any support people can give us. We also follow us on social media. We are Soul Citizens with an S on the end everywhere, and that's about it. And we're going to raid the Afterpub's coming up. So send him our love for the raid. Hope you stick around. Appreciate that.
Hold on to your butts.
Big Black Gaming, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm gonna have to look up how much it costs to take pottery making class in Boston. So, and that's something I have to do after the show. But that's something for another time. Peace, love, and soul, everyone. Take care.
You still won't take my soul.
I'll take your soul.
You can't have it.
The raid is through. I am turning off
This
the
that
stream.
big venom. This that big.